Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So before I get going on this episode, I was just exploring the map a little bit and seeing kind of where we've been, what we've seen. So we actually have 15.84% of roads discovered. It's not a huge amount, but you know, we've got a pretty good web here all over the place. Obviously out there in the Bahamas, down here in Mexico. We actually got, you know, a lot of the cities on the Baja Peninsula there discovered. You know, quite a bit down here. Obviously we're here in Albuquerque. You know, and then obviously up in Canada all the way up to Whitehorse and Prince Rupert. So pretty neat to kind of, you know, see where we've been and so forth. So alright, let's see what we can find. Alright, so now that we're on the SCS maps, as I mentioned, I was hoping that I'd see some external contracts. I do. This is actually a really good one. Not terribly far, but, you know, long enough that it's going to be reasonable. So, got to get it done in 2 hours and 28 minutes. So if you're not familiar with the external contracts from World of Trucks, these are in real time. So I need to be done with this in the next 2 hours and 27 minutes. But there's no way it's going to take that long to haul it, so we're going to do this one.
Ready to roll.
Alright, so even better is that this is in this yard here, so I don't even have to go anywhere to get this. So, terrific, terrific stuff. I just need to figure out, there it is. It's way over there. Probably going to want to reposition myself a bit here. So yeah, it's back in that back corner. Oops. But let me, so I'm guessing, I don't know, is that barrel still here? No, this one doesn't have a barrel, so I can actually get in there pretty nicely and then pull it out a little cleaner. But I don't know that we have that full back like we did before. Take a look outside here. Yeah, we got an oversized load sticker, but we don't have like a lot of extra stuff. So let's get going. So we are going to need some gas because we only have 544 miles here. But all in all, pretty good because we don't have to go get this thing. We can just get moving. Although I was going to fix my truck. So I might need to do that on the way here if I happen to catch a service station. I saw that a little too late. I thought I was across, but clearly I was not. So let me use this dirt over here. And that should get us out. There we go. Alright, so we're going to turn left. I think we're okay. Nobody's coming. Just got to watch that car. Hopefully we won't get stuck by a train. But all in good shape. So 685 miles, 12 hours of game time. We've got 9 hours and 4 minutes. Oops. So I don't think they're actually turning. So we're going to have to wait through the light cycle here. But, you know, we'll be able to drive a good amount here in daylight. We got 9 hours and 2 minutes. Now, there's no real time, or like game time requirement because I just need to be done in 2 hours and 27 minutes. So like it, contrary to the game time, and then, hey, we've got 50 hours or whatever that we can deliver it, say, on Saturday, on external contracts. We don't get that kind of info because it doesn't matter. But, you know, the nice thing, too, is we're heading up to Steamboat Springs. We're going into Colorado, so we're going to get, again, some areas that we've not been to in this series and just continue to move around the map, which was kind of the goal of this series. So it's all good stuff. Oh, can't quite get to 20. Oh, but it let me at 19. Normally you need to be at 20 before it'll let you set the cruise, but... Alright, and yes, I did forget. So the other thing is, World of Trucks contracts are limited to 65, regardless of what the speed limit is. So capped there, so that's going to mean, you know, we'll take a little bit longer. Like if we get into a state that we can go 70 or 80, we can't do that, so we don't have the cap like we do on the normal truck where it's like 80 or 90 is the fastest you can go, and then it stops you. But it's telling me 35 minutes of real time, so this shouldn't be a terribly long haul. So what I'm trying to get to at this point... Right, so we want to keep right.
Keep left.
Alright, and then keep left. So yeah, with these tricky interchanges, it's always challenging what it's going to ask you to do. But, yeah, what I'm targeting now is in my VTC, my virtual trucking company that I'm part of, Diva Trucking. There's levels of driver status, and it's all based on income. You know, and it's personal driver income, so like that 2,800 that I got doesn't count. It's the loads we actually haul. And so I'm going to get to be a master driver at $5 million, and I'm basically a little over, I think, $150,000 away from that. So I'm really close, because it's, I think the level before that was $1 million. So I've been at this, I think, a veteran driver for that whole time, which has been many, many months. And some of that has been just because I haven't spent as much time in ATS, but now that I'm close, I'm really going to probably focus a bit on ATS and get even further ahead in the episodes. So, you know, there'll be even more stuff in the pipeline before 1.44 shows up and potentially blows things up. So that'll be good. Because if I take jobs like this, I'm really going to probably need 4 jobs, and at the pace we're going, that means we're basically going to have another month of episodes in the can and ready to show up when they show up. So pretty excited about that, but we're going north on 25 now. And so, you know, New Mexico's not flat. Looks like we've got, that's interesting, there's like train tracks in between, like down the median. I don't know that I've ever noticed that. I'm sure I've had to have been on this road before, because obviously this is base SCS maps, and I've certainly driven from Albuquerque to Santa Fe. But I'm curious, that's interesting. I'm curious where that's finally gonna depart. Whoop, got a broken bus there. So is that building for the train, or is that, I'm confused what I'm looking at there. Yeah, I guess so. So people can park and then get on and then take that train maybe into Santa Fe. Maybe that's where this is headed. Because yeah, now it's going down, but it just may be going underground because of the road. No, it's actually looks like it's turning, so now it's leaving the center of the road there and then heading off But yeah, Santa Fe is out in that direction, so it's pretty neat. So headed toward Raton is what the sign says. But I'm thinking we can make it. It's going to be close, but I think we can make it to the point where we rest before we need gas. I'm definitely need to keep an eye on it. But see, like now, we can go 75, but we can't. We're basically speed limited, even if I, like right now I'm off of the cruise control. I'm just pressing the gas, and just to kind of show you, like, it won't let me go more than 65, so it is retarded in a way for the speed, not using an actual engine retarder to slow us down like that was, as we can hear, but basically we can't exceed that speed, and that's to create some fairness as drivers take World of Trucks loads, because at times there's there's contests, and you're trying to get things done. A lot of times they'll do things about Christmas or whatever, and that just keeps people from running a lot of jobs because they just disregard the speed and they're not driving appropriately. So it kind of creates the environment for some fairness, so that nobody can go beyond that speed. But yeah, we've got like 423 miles, 7 hours. So given, if we're averaging 65, we're going to have to stop a little bit sooner, but I'm also likely not going to take it up to the final minute before I stop either. So there is that reality that I'm probably going to stop at least an hour before or something like that, although it is going to be kind of in the daylight hours here, so. And yeah, I'll have to see what I do, because I could sleep, like when I'm kind of getting off a daylight schedule, I could basically sleep 2 shifts in between jobs and then go look for jobs. Obviously that means time progresses, but right now in this series, and I don't think I'm going to change that, it's not as if I have a loan and then I've got loan payments coming out, but obviously we're also not doing any economy mods here, so we're making $53,000, so even if I had a loan payment of a couple $1,000s a day, this will get enough to get there pretty quickly. So alright, so we got the Staples truck there, we got our rest area, but definitely a nice kind of desert run here. Not much else to see in the Southwest. This is kind of the environment on the continent here. We got the Mojave Desert. I don't know that we're specifically in it here. We may be. I am not well versed in that part of geography in any way. I was going to say I could not move over, and this guy was clearly slowing down to let that dump truck in. Oh boy, yeah, this really botched me up for momentum. I'm going to move over to the left. People aren't going to be happy, but that dump truck isn't speeding up super fast, and it looks like I can accelerate faster than him, which is pretty darn impressive with this load that we've got. And he may be full, but clearly the power he's got underneath his hood there is not up to speed for what's happening here like ours is. So, because yeah, we kind of blew right by him there. That's awesome. But yeah, obviously we just expanded ourselves a little bit. It's been a while since I've been in here, so I don't recall specifically, but obviously we're down to 34,000, so that means we spent our money on trucks and drivers and garages. So I'm assuming that means we recently expanded. And we'll have to, take a few loads here to be able to get anything additional. So again, we're about 150,000 for the truck, and we need a driver, so it's always good to target at least like 200,000. And if we're at the point where we have filled our garages, which I vaguely remember that we have, if I've got to buy a garage, I need to basically add another 180,000. So, for rounding, another 200,000 to it. So, but basically I need like 350,000 in that case. Alright, exit 419. So yeah, our next big milestone on our truck is 10,000 miles, but we're still over 3,000 miles away from that, so we're at 6,850 basically. So there's Raton, or Radon, or Radon. Who knows how they say it? I don't. So, yeah, I'm not sure if the real-time calculation in Sim Dashboard, I'm assuming that's based on road speed limits, so the fact that the road is 75 and we can only go 65 means we're probably looking at longer than 35 minutes for the run here, because we're obviously we're going, at least 10 miles an hour slower. I feel like I need to pass him, but I'm barely going faster and I can't change that, so I kind of hate to block the left lane. Well, that's a nice thing. Was not expecting that. Again, doesn't really do much for us, given that now we're in the owner-operator stage. That's more beneficial when we're a contractor, because now suddenly we'd have new origination points, but as a contractor we would have driven to this location to take a load out of here. A little bit of a yawn. Not a little bit. It was a pretty big yawn, but yeah, we are definitely going along there. Exit 888. That was messed up, but 454 is what it is. So we've got to be getting close to Colorado at this point. Although, well, maybe not. It's only we still have 450 miles to go, and I don't think Colorado's that wide. Might be a couple hundred, maybe 300 miles, but in Steamboat Springs, it's not like it's up on the northern border. So, Starkville Way Station, my guess is we're going to get called in, so I'm going to move over here. Still have 5 hours. Alright, there we go. Colorado.
Keep left.
Oh, we get to continue on. Well, look at that. Not what I expected at all. Alright, Trinidad. Next exit. It's not like Trinidad and Tobago down in the Caribbean. We're not there on that part of the map, so... But I was thinking, yeah, if we had to pull off and we were near the gas station, I might have certainly gotten my fuel done, but didn't have to exit, so we'll keep pressing on. Burger King, Dunkin' Donuts. Just had Wendy's for dinner, so I don't know that I've seen those in the game. So for real companies. I don't think they've done that, but there you go. Pueblo is 66 miles away. Definitely will get well beyond that before we rest. Assuming this will even take us past it. I don't know that it will. But yeah, everybody I think thinks of Colorado as just the Rocky Mountains, but there's clearly areas that are, you know, it's not like this is perfectly flat, but it's certainly, you know, we're not in giant mountains here. So there are areas of Colorado that are not as mountainous, and obviously this is one of them. Alright, Denver 135. Not sure if we're going to go that far, but... or if we're going to go in that direction, I should say. We certainly are going more than 135 miles, but... Alright. We have 250 miles still empty, unless it's really off, just so you have a little bit of a basis. We're not down to like 100, which is how it was starting on our other, you know, our contract trucks. But probably next time we have a fuel station available, we're kind of in that window. I could do both. You know, it's a shame it's only 2 p.m., but once again, this may be one where I go ahead and do the extra sleep cycle, because I've got nothing that really limits me from that. So this might be the perfect time, because right now it'll be midnight, 1 a.m. when we start up again, so... Alright, I might want to slow down here, because otherwise if I do try to exit and do some stuff with fuel here, let's just take a look, see what we've got. So we're up here. Alright, nothing specific. Alright, so it looks like we really need to get there. We can go here. So we can go there, or we can go all the way up here to the Texaco. And actually, I'm going to go there, because there's a service station there too. And then I can kind of get that all taken care of and not have to worry about stuff. So that's where we're going to head. So I'm going to turn off my turn signal, because I don't need to exit here yet. Because this just takes us to Schweitzer, or whatever the name of that company is. But we should be okay. We got 3.5 hours, 220 miles. Obviously, that's not that far away, so... So I'm going to move over to the right and probably stay to the right, kind of given what we're going to be trying to do here. The best or nothing Mercedes-Benz billboard. So yeah, I think oh no, it's not Poncha Springs, because Poncha Springs is the one with the kind of really convoluted interchange. Oh boy. Alright, we'll do that. Not cool, man. Not cool. Oh, that's really not cool. So you cut over, block my way, and then exit? Gotta be kidding me. Alright. That part's over, but yeah, there we go. So that's where we want to exit.
Keep left.
So we'll go Drew Dix Parkway. Exit 104.
Reroute.
So we've still got just under 200 miles. said, sometimes beggars can't be choosers.
I'll find
I
a
think
new
pushing it further might be a bit
Keep left
much.
and then turn left. Okay, let's find a new route.
Alright,
Go straight on.
so got a cat dealer there. Obviously we saw that on the road sign too. He says he's turning. Let's make sure he is, given some of the bad AI at times. So it looks like this is a Love's truck stop, which is great. There's a lot of trucks just parked in the median here. That's a bit crazy. I'm trying to figure out the best place to go to get to. Let's see, what does that sign say? It says truck straight ahead, so I guess we'll do that. It looks like maybe we circle all the way around, that we don't actually turn here. This is all actually helping us a bit because it moves the time a bit later, but it's still going to be the middle of the night when we finally stop to rest. But yeah, this swings us around to the back side. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and, just so I'm not going back and forth, although I think I'll be... Alright. Interesting. Alright, we'll try to go in here. And if I need to back out, I guess, then I will, and we'll make do. But with this load, it's definitely more of a challenge here. Come on. Oh, I hate when it does this. Really? It's not going to give me anywhere to appropriately rest? Even though I'm literally on top of the icon? Oh boy. So yeah, this is where I just don't enjoy this, because now, like, we're sitting here with this load attached, and I've only got so much I can do to maneuver. I'm going to end up hitting the trucks back there, which is really not going to make me happy. Or we're going to get some sort of a penalty for, you know, causing damage to our trailer because of how this is rotating. Alright, so again, even though I prefer to do it differently, I'm going to detach here. And I'm going to go park, and then we'll come back and get our load. But yeah, not... There we go. Why didn't it do that before? I don't know. But anyway. I'm going to rest probably a couple times. So there we go. It's 2 a.m. Driver Martin couldn't find a job, so he returned empty, so we lost some money there. Alright, we made $9,000 from Adrian. We'll just check this all out. Adrian leveled up. And 12,000 from Ahmed, and that'll be it. Alright, so we're going to rest again. That'll get us to noon. And we'll get a few more people, so... We've got Thomas. Thomas leveled up. And then 2,000 for the other Thomas. And 7,000 for Merrick. And that, I believe, is going to be it. But not bad, so we've made like 40,000. Let's go check out the drivers, though. Just don't recall again. Okay, so Merrick, and again, we're doing 2 for everybody. So Merrick's already balanced. So yeah, we just need to watch Martin. So actually everybody's all set where they need to be. Alright. So let me make sure I don't hit anybody inappropriately here. And again, we'll go get our load, get ourselves connected up. And then we'll go, half tempted to get serviced without this, but I really wouldn't likely be doing that, so, well, maybe I would. I don't know. Probably going to regret this because I'm probably not going to be able to get into the gas pumps as neatly as I would have liked, but we'll see. It gave us a point there, but clearly now it's not. So let's see. What do I need to do? I need to go up a bit and then get it at a slightly different angle here, because I think the connection's like up there. There we go. Alright, we'll do that. And then the bigger piece is we're going to have to swing out enough that I can kind of straighten out. Alright, so 5,600 for Votke. And then, yeah, we're going to basically then try to go to that pump there. And Votke's leveled up, so that'll be it. Alright. Looks like Jana did something, actually. Alright, so it's actually just our tires, but still, we'll go ahead and do this repair because, again, it's a purchased truck and we have insurance. It just cost us $200 to do that repair. There we go. And driver Jana has leveled up as well. Alright. So, we're gonna make this turn and we're gonna hope that this is far enough that everything can straighten out before we get in here. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more challenging. There we go. 231. Not terrible, but we're obviously just going to fill up because not really a reason not to. We've got 85,000 in the bank, so even though this will be a big fuel bill, we'll be able to deal with it. All right, $618. A little bit more than the family sedan, right? But I can also go 1,686 miles even with this crazy load. All right. Let's make sure nobody's coming, because again, I'm going to have to do a pretty big swing here to give myself enough clearance. Alright, so we'll stay over to the left here because we want it to pull out and then come in. Alright, and that is why we go to a truck stop, because if they build it right, there's enough room to maneuver versus that other location where we really wouldn't have been able to, and then obviously we also wouldn't have been able to repair the truck and get that handled. Alright, FedEx double. So at this point we should be turning left. He literally got off the highway and then turned around. I guess he was going the wrong way or something before. Who knows? Who knows why people do what they do, right? Alright, I turned on the cruise before it slowed down because I kind of knew it was going to do this. least we have it set. Alright, so 6 hours in the game, theoretically 18 minutes in real time, 334 more miles. So we're past the halfway point. And then we'll be there. And once again, this will be one of those loads that we can just kind of pull in and park at best. We're not going to be able to back in. So it's always the challenge with these larger loads, but we're weighing that with the fact that they're paying us a lot to haul this, and that was one of the reasons I spent the extra money on this truck, is to be able to do these kind of jobs. So got a Tesla truck. Just do it. Nike billboard. I think that's a train trestle over there. Alright, so speed limit's going to slow down a bit, which is just going to help because then we get more on the real time. But nice that we got Colorado Springs discovered too, so 3 cities added to our list of discoveries so far. Pretty nice. Oh, new viewpoint. I assume that's the one by the Walmart. Yep. Not gonna go check it out. Although again, these jobs are the ones where we could go spend some time exploring because there's no in-game time that we're up against. We just, again, have to finish, so. But looks like another, oh no, that isn't a Kenworth, that's a dealer, but don't know. I just saw the red letters, but that's the Staples that's next door. But at this point, I think we've discovered every dealer type, so I don't know that we really need any more dealers. Obviously, we're, not going to go out of our way not to discover any, but we're also not going to go spend what will certainly amount to many extra minutes just to discover who that is or what brand that is what I mean. Hampton Avenue. First I thought it was saying something like handyman or whatever. Oh, look at that. It's like a trolley, like an electric trolley. Cool. Ooh, that's a big one. Get big old Denver in the books. Alright, so we got some large skyscrapers as we're heading toward downtown. But it looks like we're gonna maybe turn away and skirt it a bit. I don't know why I'm turning my turn signal on, just because we're turning left. Sometimes my brain does that, so apologize. Don't want to imply that anything different is happening. Alright, we got a football stadium. The Denver Broncos. I think, a train crossing somewhere. But, yeah, we're definitely... Alright, looks like one of those adventure centers with, like, the ropes course and whatever. That's cool. But yeah, this actually isn't slowing us down like a lot of the major cities. Better late than dead. That's a pretty direct message from the... I don't know what that guy was doing up on that walkway. It's like he was filming us or something. I don't know.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright, well, we'll have to do that. And then it's a question if we go to Grand Junction or Lyman. Stay in the middle.
Keep left.
Alright, so we're going to Grand Junction. So that has been answered. And then we're gonna head over to the right so that we can merge into traffic here. Alright, now it looks like we're getting on a roadway we've been on before. So this must be as we were going across, maybe one of those cross-country runs from the East Coast to the West Coast that we did up north here. So I'm thinking that's where we had discovered that. A little bit of a traffic snarl, again, per the fun AI of American Truck Simulator. So it says Grand Junction is 245 miles. We have 225 miles to go. But I think Steamboat Springs is north of I-70 if I remember. But maybe I'm nuts. I guess we'll find out. What here in the States we call a crotch rocket. One of those aerodynamic kind of fancy bikes, you know, for the people that, you know, don't like the Harleys or the harder bikes like that. They're just looking for speed. Alright, so now we are in the mountains. So remember before in New Mexico I was talking about how it's not flat but not mountains? Well, now we're in some mountains. Alright, so Martin, who's again the one we're looking at to level up, he's Mr. Hazmat. Did not level up on that load yet.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright, and we are headed to Steamboat Springs, so that would make sense, because
Exit right.
that's the exit. So as I said, kind of north of I-70. And it's not just kind of north. We still got over 200 miles to go, so this is a good amount. That's an interesting place for a
Get ready to turn right.
drop-off point, because it's like in the middle of an entrance and exit. I guess it's really a road, so I suppose it's not as weird, but
Turn right.
alright. Definitely got some traffic here. Looks like we're clear. We're clear across the... Oh! Boy! We're clear, but man, oh. Luckily that didn't turn into an accident. I get I'm coming out of there slow. I can't do much, but wow. You would think he would have given us a little bit of the right of way there. Whew. That was not fun. Alright, 174. We're going 199, so... Alright, we're going in the Arapahoe National Forest. Sometimes then they tell us we can't drive trucks through here, so hopefully that's not going to be the case, because there are some roads in the state that we can't, like, haul a trailer through. I think we can go through with just our truck, our tractor, but... other than that, I'm not sure. So I think we're going to loop around. We are. So you can see we got a pretty tight hairpin turn coming up here. Which likely also is probably a climb. So yeah, that wall up there I think is the roadway we will be on once we come here and make the loop. So expect this to take a bit of time. Well, we've got a helicopter up there. Is there some kind of accident, or are they just sightseeing and taking people around? I can't really tell now, so I'm not gonna Not going to keep trying. But here we go. It's 20. I guess the real question is, can I take it at 30? I would hope so, because I really don't want to slow down. Yeah, look, whoa. I don't know what's happening there. Oh, goodness. Wow. I'm glad I saw that. That would be why there's a helicopter. Should have known. But I'm glad we got safely through there. As much luck as anything else, though, I will be honest. So, and as you can see, we're doing a lot of climbing here, it looks like. So, while in theory the speed limit is 45, we're clearly not getting anywhere near that. And we're likely going to have to slow down here. Well, 35's not too bad. Although I should cap myself at 50 for sure, just in case it does somehow get all the way up to speed, and it looks like it actually might. Keep left. Oh, I see, because it's just a mandatory exit for the rest area there. And now we go back here, so through the mountains it's not uncommon to just have a 2-lane road. Steamboat Springs is still 140 miles away. So yeah, it'll be a nice drive, but it'll likely obviously be a bit longer drive than we were planning because of the slowness of our ability to move. So once again, another hairpin coming up. Looks like this one's on the way back down. So I think we've done the climbing, likely gotten over the Continental Divide, and now we're heading down on the other side. But in this case, yeah, 50 instead of 35. That's asking far, far too much, especially now that it's 25. So, no helicopters that I saw, so not expecting to come around the turn and see anything surprising. Luckily we're not. Fallen rocks. But yeah, we'll speed up pretty quickly here, obviously, because we're going downhill. But really beautiful country, that's for sure. A few times I've been blessed enough to really come out and visit this way. It's just breathtaking drives. It's a little more dangerous. Oh, there's some of the fallen rocks. But a little more dangerous when you're driving and you're trying to kind of, keep everybody safe and obviously keep the car on the road and so forth. I'm trying to swing enough that I can avoid hitting someone if there's someone in the left lane. You can see the trucks up there. Just where we came from. So similarly, if we were coming the other way, we'd have made the same comment. Where that wall is the road that we're heading up to. Alright, so now we can go faster. So we will do that. Within reason. I still can't go up to my speed cap, because that would be 10 over, and that's definitely pushing it a bit. Hopefully at this point we've kind of got the big mountain climb behind us and that there's no more between here and Steamboat Springs, but if I recall, I think Steamboat Springs is a ski resort, so there is certainly a possibility that we're going to run into some more climbing, but we'll hope not, because it would be nice to get there, as I'm sure you would agree. Not quite sure what that was. Alright, it dropped to 45 for a second, but now it's back up to 55, so all is good. Got something coming up. I don't know if it's just a sharp turn or an intersection that we'll just need to pay attention if we need to turn or not. But I'm thinking, given that we're headed to Steamboat Springs, this is probably it. So, yep, it's straight ahead. So, the Rocky Mountain Park is there. For some reason, it looked like there was a fence there. Thought it was like right by the road. I was getting a little nervous, but just an optical illusion. Alright, we are below 100 miles now. It says less than 2 hours, so we should be there right around 8 p.m. But we're also not going fully up to speed. Whoops. It's a little sharper than I would have liked, but it worked. In theory, I can go all the way up to my 65 now. Alright, so a bit of that meandering that is certainly not uncommon in the mountains. Gonna have to slow down because it's getting a little crazy. We've got more turns. We're obviously coming up on traffic. All kinds of reasons that we need to be a bit careful here. There must be some rumble strips in the center, because I think I'm far enough away from the right that I shouldn't be hearing anything there. But the other side of this, too, is we're going to have to get out of this location as well. So it's all well and good to haul stuff in here, but then we'll see what we get to haul back out. So watch for wildlife. We got to make a pretty sharp turn here, so I'm not going to do anything. Oh, now we're in a different national forest. There's another broke down bus. What is with these buses? I get this is a big tourist area, and it's probably more likely to see a broken down bus here than the other anywhere else, but we've basically got one on each end of the forest. It's crazy. Alright, I think we're going uphill again, so yep, we certainly are, because I am full throttle, but losing speed. So I am going to be curious. This episode may clock in at an hour anyway, even though initially I thought it would be substantially shorter. That it would kind of just meet our criteria of 30 minutes to an hour for an episode, and instead I think it's going to bump against the top end, if not blow by it. Alright, sign for cattle of some sort, so let's keep an eye out. Do not want to create any ground beef here, aside from the damage it does to my truck. It's not really healthy for the animal either, and so let's not do that. So definitely some sharp turns. I'm thinking that's our no, that might just be the Centex sign. Alright, runaway truck ramp, 5 miles, which means we're going to be going downhill for at least 5 miles. Next 7 miles, it said trucks use low gear. So we'll be doing some braking here, I'm sure. But heading down the mountain here. There's a runaway truck ramp in case your brakes fail. Can head up there. It's just a lot of sand and ultimately a pile of sand at the end. Doesn't mean it can't do damage. It certainly can. But should keep us safe. Alright, well, we did see the arrow for a brief moment. So we've got to cycle around here. We're probably going to turn left on this road, I'm imagining.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Wondering if we're going to discover Steamboat Springs or not.
Turn left.
Alright, thank goodness. Because, yeah, if we didn't, I'm not sure that I could have picked up loads here, and that would have made for something very interesting. A lot of sunflowers along the edge of the road there. That was cute. Alright, still says we have 24 miles, so it looks like a state flag or something. Oh, because I think we're on State Route 131, so it's a Colorado route. That's what I think it's showing me. Not that I was a little confused that it was almost like the border crossings when we go from country to country in Eurotruck, but it's not. It's just the road sign, because it's not like we see different state flags or see them in the mini-map when we're crossing the border. Whoops. Let's cycle out further so that we don't clip it. Now we're down to 14. But we'll be there before you know it, I think. Although you'd think we'd be seeing the drop-off point by now, as tight as everything is. So I'm going to slow down because it's only a 40. Last thing I want to do at the last turn. I wonder, although we don't have 144 yet, so never mind. Like, I wonder if that's one of the unmarked roads, but no, it just looked like it was a driveway. Please straighten out. Please straighten out. Alright. Cool. So this might be one of those where we're just going to want to grab whatever job we can out of here, but we'll have to see what they have available. But clearly, we are not in the heart of Steamboat Springs, although we do pass it on the way back. So, alright, that road's blocked, so guess we'll go this way. Alright, looks like we're bringing this into a logging area. Alright, just 1,074. Oh, for Martin again. But again, a slow scroll, so I don't think we're going to see a Martin has leveled up. Nope. Because we also have to keep in mind, like, Martin's trying to level up. Ooh, that was a tight turn. Kind of scraped on the rocks there, but it didn't give us any warning for damage, so I think maybe just a little bit more bumpy than we would have liked. I'm hoping we're not going to have someone coming the other way here. But we are absolutely climbing away here. Alright. So definitely some wild times up here in the mountains, but delivering at night, as always, adds to the excitement even. You as excited as me? Kidding. This is a bit much. Alright, looks like a road that's blocked there. A bit of a climb here still. Logs on the side. So we're getting close. We're just going to have to... Hopefully we'll be able to get a nice clean run in. But I'm just not sure where it's going to have us leave this. Alright, I see it blinking away. So I'm thinking, alright, so yeah, just around the turn.
It's all over now.
So swing a bit wide, and then we'll see if we can get this in here, and hopefully it'll, no, we're stuck on something. Can't quite tell what. It's dark, so, some logs. Alright, so let me see if we can get a little bit further out there. Alright, so we're gonna swing further out. Try to get... Problem is, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge then to bring this home, but we'll see. Maybe it'll work. Alright. Whoops. I always get too excited and then hit the gas. But we made it. Good job. Alright, 703 miles. Took us an actual hour. And did we level up? Nope. But, you know, good proficiency bonus. But low end on the trailer maneuvering. So let's see, what have we got for current company job offers? So we do have a lot of stuff. Yeah, see, this is really long. I don't know that I'm going to take one of these anyway. That's a little shorter. But, you know, if I can take a small trailer like this, it's at least maneuverable out of here. But these are not paying that much either, so there's always that challenge. So anyway, we will wrap this up, and then I will come and see what our options are when we continue. So thanks for tagging along. I'll see you next time.